Hey everybody, one of the questions that I get asked sometimes being an older guy who's, been around for a while by the younger guys that are just starting out is, what do you recommend for guitar playing? How do you recommend to practice? How do you recommend to learn the instrument? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. There's a million guys out there that can give you a million tons of advice and it's all valid, it's all good in its own way, and you can go look at those sites and they'll teach you scales, they'll teach you chords, and they'll teach you all that kind of stuff. The advice I want to give is just a little bit different. I know how it is when you first start out playing. You get really hooked into it. You want to learn everything you can. You're playing 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. You're falling asleep with it in your lap. You're doing the whole 9 yards. And that is awesome and that is great. And we all loved it. We've all been there. But one of the things that you should always keep in mind is that when people show up at shows or when people turn on your songs, it's not just to hear you flail away on a guitar or whatever. The main objective of anything you should do should always be the song. So, along with practicing the guitar and learning your scales and your chords and all the other junk that goes with it, one of the main things I think that you should do every day, as soon as you get 3 chords under your belt, is spend at least 1/5 of your guitar playing time writing songs. Not just, learning all the different scales, your minors, your majors, and all this other kind of stuff, but sitting down and trying to put songs together. Making songs and making songs that are good is not always as ridiculously easy as people think. It's a craft like anything else. They just don't fall out of the sky and land in your lap. Although sometimes you have dreams of them and you wake up, and when you do, you can write them down. But they just don't usually appear. You have to work at the craft of songwriting, just as you work at the craft of learning a guitar, or work at the craft of recording, or work at the craft of anything. So along with your songwriting, your guitar playing, you should always devote a good time of your day just writing and trying to make songs. Remember that when you start playing out live or when you start recording, the two things that are going to make people want to listen to you is A, if you're live, they care about the songs and they care about your performance. If you're talking about recorded music on a CD or an MP3 or whatever they're downloading these days, if people don't want to listen to the song, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how many hammer-ons and triplets and all this other kind of junk you can do. If they don't like the song, they're not going to listen to you. So before you do anything, make sure that you get the craft of songwriting down. Now, if you're also, especially if you're like, one of these guys are joining like cover bands and all that, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with, or wedding bands and all that kind of stuff. The only other advice I can give you too, beyond that, is A, practice singing. Because if you're in a band and you're not the singer guitar player, and they have like a singer that's dedicated or something like that, you will be needed, called upon, requested to do background vocals. You will be requested to do harmony parts. You're going to get asked to do all that kind of stuff. And even in our band, we're just a power trio, but everybody's voice comes into play all the time. So learning to sing and learning to write, especially when you're in your own band, is vital, vital, vital. The rest will come. The rest of practice and learning, and you can go out there and watch a million guys that are going to give you this advice on YouTube right now, and they'll show you stuff that I ain't got the patience to do. And they'll be great at it, and go watch it and learn and plug away. But if anything you take away from this is, remember, people are there for the song. They're not there for your guitar playing. The people are there to be entertained, and they're there to hear music that makes them feel good. So songwriting, learn how to back up sing, get out there, have a good time. Peace, everybody. That's all I can say.